I normally remind you that we are not just called honorable for nothing. It's an honor to be called an honorable. And before we are called honorables, we took oaths here in this house. And the members of the family need a guarantee. If the intention is to be present, they embarrass themselves. Because they can see what kind of leaders are representing them in this house.
Honestly.
When we deal with matters in this house, we must be honorable enough and deal with issues according to the rules of this house, deal with issues according to the Constitution of the Republic. The matter that we are dealing with around members, this is my ruling. And the rules of this house allows me to do that, to make a ruling. Because I can't allow this house to be out of order, especially today. And you can't invite members in this house and insult them as members of the house. Honorable members, the Honorable Premier Mokgoro has resigned long ago. This is the second sitting. The first sitting that was supposed to be held was postponed. If any member of this house wanted to access the letter of resignation, yes, it's within their right. But the office of the Speaker has been available not only today for members to receive those letters if they wanted it. But I'm saying, looking for it. Let's allow Judge President to proceed with their part, whilst the letter will be circulated, because I think as we are making copies on our relation.
Thank you very much. And I draw your attention to also the taking of the rules which relate to reflection of judges. That rule proscribes any of us to reflect on judges. The Honorable says that. I never want to be much without wasting your time now to speak. But in terms of the Annex of the rules, Annex 8 of this speech, Article 14 thereof, that this matter has been referred to the Ethics Committee of the Legislature to deal with it. This is a very serious thing. Honorable Muti has cast aspersions on the integrity of the Honorable Judge. And that matter cannot be taken lightly by this House. It is not a matter of politics. He is saying in this House on record, and therefore, the Committee, without wasting your time, that the office should consider referring this matter to the Ethics Committee or the Disciplinary Committee in terms of the code of conduct of this House. And I'm prepared to testify and attest to what this member has said.
What the Honorable is what I said. For this House, we have rules of the House, we have the Constitution. That's the House. And Honorable Legisha has put a motion before us that the matter, because the manner in which Honorable needs to deal with the matter is against the rules of this House. His proposal is that the letter be referred to the Ethics Committee. Does the House concur? For the second time, does the House concur? Yes, what is?
Chair, I think you are out of percent. I believe that a member must be warned 3 times before this indicated. They never want
Order, honorable members.
It has been a practice that you speak in this house. You warn members before you check them. If a member is out of order.
Who doesn't?
Okay,
Who doesn't?
Okay, we live visuals there from the Northwest Legislature. Remember, chaos initially broke out when what we saw was an EFF member being ushered out. We'll try to get our reporter, Selwane Kakao, to find out more about what transpired when that happened. But just looking from the visuals, we did see that. Let's quickly take a bit of a break. Hopefully when we come back, we'll go live there.
That Honorable Muzi, that's what I must do. I called the Sergeant at Arms. The role of the Sergeant at Arms is to negotiate with the Honorable Member for please, peacefully. Honorable Muzi did not want to listen to the Sergeant at Arms. If you wanted to say, Honorable Muzi, I'm warning you, no, Honorable Papik. Honorable Babuile. My apologies again, honorable members. Honorable Babuile. I want Honorable Muzi. If to you warning means I'm warning you, so if I'm not using the word I'm warning you, so it's not. I said to Honorable Muzi, please, Honorable Muzi, please, Honorable. He did not want to listen to me. I played my part. Honorable Medlua, you are the last.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to address two issues, and I think the Chief Whip of the House should know better. I don't know what we agreed on earlier. We don't have an ethics committee. We have a commission of integrity, and if the Chief Whip, if the need arises for him to write to her for investigation, it is his onus to do so. The second thing that I want to raise, I want to share the sentiment by the EFF in terms of the resignation by the former Premier. It was the former Premier who stood here, who talked to the essence of the presence of the absence. He then resigned, he then retired, he then be an MP, he resigned again, and he resigned last night. There's uncertainty in this community and in this house.
I've made my ruling on that matter.
We don't know whether...
Be rest assured. Be rest assured. I don't know, or since when you don't trust me. Be rest assured.
No, but...
That is why, as the Speaker, I'm going to make sure that the letter of resignation of the former Premier is circulated. I owe you that, and I will do it. Thank you very much, Honorable Medlua. Please sit down.
Speaker, I wanted to address the confusion. We have a 50-year-old who is on early retirement, a 70-year-old who's coming into political arena.
Don't do that,
and it is up and down. We don't understand these things.
Please, don't do that. Thank you very much, honorable members. We can't be debating this issue just for entertainment to the guest of the Speaker. You have entertained the guest of the Speaker for too long now. Let us go back to the business of the day and welcome Mayor Just President Memaliu to proceed with her part. In the meantime, I assure you, honorable members, the letter as requested will be circulated. And I want to caution you, honorable members, when the Judge President is presiding, now it's not the Speaker. It's not the Speaker. The Constitution of the Republic prevails, supersedes the rules of this House. So no howling, no insult, just behave, honorable members. You have entertained my guests. They have smiled, they have laughed, you have entertained them. Thank you very much, honorable members. Member Liu, you are most welcome.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and the members of this House. I have been designated by the Honorable Chief Justice Mokgoro in terms of Section 128(2) and 3, read with Part A of Schedule 3 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa to preside over the election and swearing in of the Premier of the Northwest Province. Before I start with the nominations, I have to remind members that in terms of the Constitution, each nomination must be submitted on a prescribed form and duly seconded. Furthermore, I have to draw the attention of the members to item 4 of Part A of Schedule 3 of the Constitution, of which there may be no debate on the nomination. Before I proceed with the nominations, let me clarify the procedure in terms of the rules as stipulated in Schedule 3, Part A of the Constitution, which provides that if only one candidate is nominated, the person presiding must declare that the candidate is elected. If more than one candidate is nominated, a vote must be taken at the meeting by a secret ballot. Each member present at the meeting should cast one vote. The person presiding must declare elected the candidate who receives a majority of the votes. If no candidate receives a majority of the votes, the candidate who received the lowest number of votes must be eliminated and a further vote must be taken on the remaining candidates in accordance with item 6. This procedure must be repeated until a candidate receives a majority of the votes. When applying this rule, if 2 or more candidates each have the lowest number of votes, a separate vote must be taken on those candidates and repeated as often as may be necessary to determine which candidate is eliminated. If only 2 candidates are nominated, or if only 2 candidates remain after the elimination procedure has been applied, and those 2 candidates receive the same number of votes, a further meeting must be held within 7 days at a time to be determined by the person presiding. If a further meeting is held in terms of sub-item 1, the procedure prescribed in the schedule must be applied at that meeting as if it is the first meeting for the election in question. Having read the rules, I will now call for nominations of the positions. I'll call for nomination for the position of the Premier. For each name proposed, there should be a second proposer. May the person making the nomination please raise their hand. Yes, Honorable Member.
Thank you very much, Judge President Melio. I'm rising on behalf of the African National Congress to nominate the name of Honorable Professor Job Mokgoro as the Premier, or for the position of a Premier for Northwest. Thank you very much.
Yes, may the returning officer please proceed to the person nominated or nominating and hand him the form to complete. Did you verify the identity and everything of the particulars of the person who nominated? May I have the form, please? No, I need the form of the person who nominated. The person who has just nominated. What is the name of the member?
My name is Jonas Lolehari.
Yes. May I have the nomination form, please? Is there any seconder? Any seconder to the name nominated? Where? Oh, Honorable Nelson, can you complete the form? She has already signed the very same form. Okay. Do I have any other nominations? Yes.
I beg your indulgence, Honorable Judge President. Just for the record, we would love to have the seconder doing it on record so that it is recorded.
I can't
And I'm appealing to your good self that for the record, the seconder, we should know, for the record, she should do it on record.
Yes, the seconder is Honorable Member, it's Nelson.
Yes, thank you, Judge President. I, Wendy Nelson, on behalf of the African National Congress, second the proposal of Professor Tebogo Job Mokgoro as the Premier of the Northwest Province. I thank you.
Yes, Honorable Job Tebogo Mokgoro, do you accept the nomination?
Yes, Judge President, I do.
Can you give him the form? Curtis, Mr. Police Officer. Yes, I'm satisfied that the nomination is properly completed and duly signed. And I had asked for any other nominations, and it would seem there were none. And since there is no any other nomination, I now declare the Honorable Job Mokgoro elected as the Premier of the Northwest Province. Lastly, I wish to congratulate you, and I hand over to the Speaker.
Thank you very much, honorable members, for the welcome to the Honorable Premier of Bokonebophirima. And thank you very much, Honorable Judge President, Member Liu, for a job well done. On behalf of the people of Bokonebophirima, we are really humbled that as a province, we have a Premier. We thank you very much for availing yourself. We know that you have a lot of work to do. I was in your office yesterday. I really can't cope. Really. I've seen you are a very busy person. So for you to avail yourself to preside over the process, really, we are humbled. Let me also take this opportunity to congratulate the brand new broom that I hope cleans very clean because it's brand new. One of our own, the son of the soil, our father, a brother, our leader, our everything. As the Northwest Provincial Legislature, on behalf of all members, including members on my left, not us. Unfortunately, I'm elected by them to lead the institution. So I speak on behalf of all of them. We'll always be ready. We'll hold you accountable in terms of the Constitution of the Republic. Our responsibility is to hold the executive accountable. Our responsibility is to do oversight. I've been with these members since 2014. When I say oversight, I mean oversight. Sometimes you'll feel that they don't like you. Don't worry, they're only doing their part as mandated by the Constitution of the Republic. What I want to advise you is that you must always prepare. You must always prepare. We have researchers in this team called legislature. That team of researchers, they do their work fully. they don't leave any stone unturned. So you must prepare, because when you come with your team, fortunately, you have a team, you have one that they know. For before you come here, already members will be armed with information. The little secret I want to share with you is that they like focusing on Auditor General Action Plan. They did not hear that. It's only you and me that hear that. So make sure that those AG auditor and reports are taken very serious. Let me take this opportunity, Ndata Mokgoro, to welcome you in the podium and to talk to the people of Bokondobupirima and address this house. Come this way, Ndata Mokgoro. Ndata Mokgoro, Ndata Mokgoro. It's the responsibility of Honorable Muilwa to take.
Sasa, pensioner.
Oh, the honorable members. Honorable Secretary, please don't do that. Please don't. Let's welcome the Honorable Premier of Bokondobupirima, Ndata Mokgoro. Thank you very much, Honorable Member. May you please be seated. Proceed, Ndata Mokgoro.
Honorable Speaker of the Provincial Legislature, the Judge President, honorable members of the Executive Council, honorable members of the Provincial Legislature, leaders of political parties represented in the House, our esteemed traditional leaders, Your Worship, executive mayors and mayors of our municipalities, speakers of our councils, the Acting Director General, Mr. Kunene, and heads of department, chairpersons and chief executive officers of public entities, leaders of labor movements, civil society, faith-based organizations and business, the South African Local Government Association chairperson, comrades and friends, people of the Northwest. Let me use this opportunity to thank the African National Congress for the confidence they have demonstrated in me. I stand here in your honorable house to pledge my commitment to relentlessly deliver on the expectations of this glorious movement, the African National Congress, ensuring that we listen to the concerns, especially of the marginalized of our communities, and using society's scarce resources to address critical needs of our people. Our immediate past, if not the current time, is characterized by mistrust, skepticism, anger, and disappointment on the part of communities we serve for various reasons which I shall not go into. We have made mistakes in some areas and we need to learn from these as we go forward. Let us borrow from George Santayana when he said, I quote, "Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it." Top of my agenda come next week is to reduce, if not eliminate, the trust deficit between the people of Bokondobupirima and government. The concerns that our people have raised in the recent past include inefficient and ineffective delivery of services, waste of public resources, graft and corruption, lack of integrity in government, and poor leadership. We recognize the urgent need to develop and sustain a culture of good ethical and moral values. Indeed, the cost to society associated with unethical conduct in government is enormously huge. With the passage of time, the entire system becomes contaminated and infested with a destructive culture that does huge damage, from which recovery is particularly difficult. We commit to working tirelessly to restore stability and certainty in the province. We shall work hard to restore a sense of ownership regarding society and government. We shall deal with service delivery issues raised by the interministerial task team led by Honorable Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, and in this instance especially municipalities. We welcome the intervention of the interministerial technical team, task team rather, through Section 100, and are working collaboratively with national departments to address the weaknesses identified. Our President's message of Romana should become an essential part of our branding. This is a commitment that should permeate the entire fabric of government and service delivery. All public officials, elected and appointed, should embrace this commitment. As we differ as political parties, the one thing that is common, that is a common denominator among us, are the people of this province, especially those marginalized communities. For their sake, I'd like to assure this Honorable House of my commitment to work with all parties so that we achieve the goals and objectives of the NDP. We simply cannot afford the luxuries of undue political party differences at the expense of our people. And indeed, in this context, the function of robust oversight, and I want to underline, robust oversight, is very critical if we are to maximize our efforts in delivering to our people. I'd like to extend a hand of collective leadership and citizen participation to all the residents of Mokgoro period. The challenges of service delivery are enormously complex, vast, and huge, and can only be effectively tackled through collective efforts. We in government do not have all the answers to these challenges, but are better off when guided by our collective wisdom. Let us recall the words of Mencken when he says, I quote, "For every complex problem, there is an answer that is clear, simple, and wrong." In other words, the nature of complexity is of such a challenge that one must avoid quick solutions where we run headlong into addressing problems, but rather our efforts should be to mobilize and harness the enormous capacity that exists in our communities if we are really to effectively crack these challenges. Let us ensure that during the remaining 11 months of the 5th Parliament, we do not continue to be a bunch of elites whose goal is nothing but self-enrichment. When the ANC called me to this assignment of premiership, I responded by saying, Romana. I invite all the honorable members to say Romaruna. Occupying a position of leadership is no opportunity for self-enrichment. Let me say that again. Occupying a position of leadership is no opportunity of self-enrichment, enrichment of friends and comrades. Our iconic father, Tata Nelson Mandela, reminds us when he says, freedom should not be understood to mean leadership positions or even appointments to top positions. It must be understood as the transformation of the lives of ordinary people in the hostels and the ghettos, in the squatter camps, on the farms, and in the mine compounds. It means constant consultation between leaders and members of their organizations. It demands of us to be in constant touch with the people to understand their needs, hopes, and fears, and to work together with them to improve their conditions. The events of the recent past have seen many of us, especially public servants, loitering, not showing up for work at all. Let me remind all concerned, the party is over.
Yes.
Those responsible for ensuring consequent management and fail to do so are as guilty as the perpetrators themselves. Let me once again borrow from Tata when he says, let us never be unmindful of the terrible past from which we come, using that memory not as a means to keep us shackled to the past in a negative manner, but rather as a joyous reminder of how far we have come and how much we have achieved. My wish, says Tata, is that South Africans never give up on the belief of goodness, that they cherish that faith in human beings as a cornerstone of our democracy, unquote. I have listened carefully to all the concerns regarding inclusivity based on gender, based on age, and disability. As for myself, I have never resisted going when it is time to go. I'm here to ensure a sound administration is handed over in 2019. And as I do so, ensuring a landslide victory for the ANC. Thereafter, the teacher in me will go back to the development of young people. Septuagenarians like myself ought to have extensive wisdom and sharing it with young people. I shall be doing exactly that in a few months. I would like to thank the Almighty for the opportunity to serve, and my broader family, including my partner Tebogo, my children and siblings, for all the encouragement and support. Let me thank Mr. Mahumapelo for our continuing selfless handover and all the good things that he has achieved in the past. After all the needs of our people After all, the needs of our people and the goals of our movement are greater than our selfish interests. And that is why I think it is important for us to learn from the lessons of Mr. Mahumapelo as he departs from us. Musa Kotla,
honorable members, remember, it's not even the maiden speech, but we are not allowed to interrupt any honorable member when he's speaking for the first time in the legislature. Please. Thank you.
Musa Kotla, Otlotahang. Kidikiri, Kasesibaka, Huapateleseha, Ibi Hapikione Naku. Yahu Sitipela, Hofita, Kaburin Tiridakati, Hudirela Sichabasaruna. Kinaku, Yahuri, Serentidira, Mekha, and Siridira Gaone, Moditirolo Zasichaba. Ho fetoge me go fetoga ka botlalo go tlhabisa ditlhong nako nngwe ga o na le baeng mo mahikeng kapa ko kae re bona ditikologo tsa rona di jaaka mokgoditseng ka teng ke a itse ke a dumela gore na le bokgoni le maikaelelo mme ebile gape ke kgwetlho e mokgatlho wa rona wa African National Congress ka nako tse tsotlhe o re gopotsang gore bagaetsho a re se itebale tiro ke namane tona e re emetseng ka ga mongwa nakare gape ke e latelang e simolole a re direng ka manontlhontlo re tshimolle gone jaanong e se ka beke e tlang e se ka kgwedi e tlang re bontshe setšhaba sa gaetsho sa bokone bophirima gore bagaetsho re utlwile dilelo a se ka re lelele mo go hiseng dikolo re lelele ka go senya bonnyane jo re na leng jone ka go ha re dire jalo isago e re eletsang re tla be re seng ke na le tsholohelo le tumelo mogolo jang mo badira mmogo mo mokgatlong wa rona wa African National Congress gore e le ruri re kgatela pele mme ebile gape ke rata ke boela go kopa gape go gakolola maloko a legislature gore bao ba ka puo ya seeng ba bidiwang ba executive bogolo jang badiredipuso re ba beye leitlho re sekaseke diripoto tsa bona ka gonne ha re sa dire jalo ha lo sa dire jalo go tla tswela go le go setla go le dihihi mo baaging ba bokone bophirima Musa Kotla a ke khutle fa ke lebogele sebakanyana se mphileng sone ke a leboga
Thank you very much, honorable members. Please be seated. And when I get the order of proceedings, Honorable Tonakolo, for a scary Kamamuso, Honali City, Oba Namaloko Asa Tolaya Magamauto, over Haburi, Kilan Tabili of Fair. Kimusa Kotayela, and no longer Mauto. Contestation of the space is too high and I can't allow it. So that was just on a lighter note, Ndata Mokgoro. Let me take this opportunity before giving opposition party an opportunity to say whatever they want to say by acknowledging the presence of the Mokgoro family, led by the partner in the gallery. You are most welcome. Don't worry. Your father, your brother, your partner is in good hands. Don't panic of what have happened earlier and started to say, no. Unfortunately, this is how proceedings are run in the institution. So you are most welcome, and we want to thank you.